Welcome to the One Life podcast with Behka White. I am your host, and this is episode 4, Helping Things Go Right. In the book, The Anatomy of Peace, by the Arbinger Institute, the authors introduce principles to help us approach life in a state of peace. They use an illustration titled The Pyramid of Influence, which is a triangle divided into 2 parts, with 90% allocated to the base of the triangle titled Helping Things Go Right, and the top 10% allocated as dealing with things that are going wrong. The pyramid encourages us to spend our time and effort helping things go right, as opposed to dealing with the things that are going wrong. Unfortunately, these allocations of time and effort are typically reversed. When we spend our time fixing, racing from emergency to emergency, resolving issues and conflicts, we neglect the opportunities for positive influence and growth. This is an exhausting and potentially contentious way to live, especially if we are trying to fix our children, change our spouse, or correct our employees. The Anatomy of Peace invites us to embrace a more peaceful way of living, which is to focus on making things go right. As we focus our time and energy on making things go right, we are controlling what we can control, which is 100% of the time, not the circumstance, but self-management in the circumstance. This is a great principle. Now, how about some application? So we play a lot of basketball in our family, and the other day I was rebounding for my daughter, who is 11, and she was becoming extremely frustrated because she was not making buckets. And with angry tears in her eyes, she asked, "Why isn't the ball going in the basket?" Now, there have been many rebounding sessions where I have told her exactly why the ball is not going in the basket by pointing out all the things that were not working. However, I decided to try this principle out. I decided to focus on helping things go right and then empowering her to help things go right. We began with her foundation, which for shooting a basketball is her feet and her core. As she focused simply on her foundation and not all the things that were going wrong, it wasn't very long before she started having success. The focus on the foundation gave her a proactive way to channel the frustration. Eventually, the things that were going wrong corrected themselves, and she started making buckets. It ended up being a very rewarding session for both of us at the gym. This is a simple example of focusing on making things go right, and as I have tested it out in other areas of my life, I have found the same results. So my invitation for you today is this. Consider one area of your life in which you are spending a lot of time and energy addressing things that are going wrong. What are the foundational behaviors that will help things go right? This will be different for each situation, whether this is a relationship, a work responsibility, or a basketball shot. It will require some mental work to identify, but definitely worth the effort. By adopting a more proactive and collaborative approach to life, we can create a more positive environment of growth for ourselves and those around you. We only get one life. Let's make it our best.